Most people join Toastmasters because they have a tremendous fear of public speaking. It's been stated that most people, according to studies, fear public speaking more than they fear dying. So this presentation, I'm going to try to help you control your fear in order to help you confidently give more presentations without being so afraid. I'm going to talk about anxiety, what triggers it, what are the symptoms. I'm going to give you some tips to control the fear of public speaking. Now, before I begin, I'm going to have some of you do a quick exercise to give you some motivation to get over fear, stand up to fear. To me, fear is an enemy. It's an enemy that's trying to prevent me from getting my point across. And I get so mad at fear one time, sometimes I just want to crush it. So I'm going to have you all do an exercise to help. Now, matter of fact, before I begin that, I'm going to ask a question. I don't want to assume somebody asks. How many of you have a fear of public speaking? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I'm going to have you do an exercise. So you see, raise your hands again. Those who have fear of public speaking. Here. You take this. You take this. One more person? Anybody else?
Okay, I'll take it.
For those of you who have a can in your hand, I want you to pretend this can is fear. I want you to control, we want to control the fear and crush it. So, first, grab the fear, put it in your hand. That's control. And on 3, we're going to crush fear. We're not going to let fear control us anymore. We're going to control fear. Got that? So on 3, we're going to crush fear. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I was hoping you would slam it into your head.
Let me see, did I get it?
That's how I was hoping you did.
Almost.
Fear has been crushed.
I used to be able to do that in college.
Okay.
That's how they did it. They made it real soft in
Now,
the middle. So it's
Doesn't matter whether you're a novice speaker or professional speaker. Some speakers still experience fear, no matter what their experience level is. Fear can cause anxiety. There's a lot of things that can trigger anxiety. For example, new and unknown situations. Sometimes when you're in a new situation, you don't know what to expect, so you're afraid. Also, there's risk of failure. Some people, from the time they're children to adults, they want to be successful. They want to be the best. Some people are afraid because they think, well, if I do this, I might not finish first, or I might not be the best. So this is fear of failure. Other people have anxiety because they think they might appear foolish. They might not look their best. They might trip over something on the way to the stage. People are afraid of looking foolish. Also, there's a possibility of boring your audience. They might think, well, if I give this speech, the audience might not like it. They might be bored. So those are things that can trigger anxiety. Now, there are some symptoms of anxiety because anxiety, even though it's in your mind, it'll also cause some physiological symptoms, such as increased heart rate, butterflies in the stomach, uncontrollable lightheadedness, dizziness.
Sounds like dehydration.
Also, what's now on that list is some people, they sweat profusely, or they have what's called stage fright. When I was in school, this boy was supposed to give a speech at an assembly, but it was time for him to speak, he just stood there in shock. Did not move at all. People in the audience turned on him saying, go ahead, say something, go ahead, you can do it, you can do it. He was just in total shock. It was amazing. So, how do you manage anxiety? One way is experience. If you're called on to give a speech or a presentation, it's good to practice it. The good thing about Toastmasters is Toastmasters give you the opportunity to practice giving a presentation, because some people, certain jobs, certain situations, you don't get a chance to speak all the time unless you're a manager or a teacher or a college professor. So you need that experience to get over that fear. And personally, I think experience is one of the best ways to manage anxiety, because you get to practice over and over. For me personally, when I practice over and over again, I get better. Now, there were times when I was younger, you would not see me up here in front of an audience. I dread giving speeches from high school through college. Couldn't do it. But as time went by, I knew that if I was to be successful in life, I had to get over that fear. How do I get over that fear? Just go do it. Get that experience. That's what I like about Toastmasters, is because Toastmasters give you the opportunity to give speeches every week, every month, depending on when your club meets. The more you speak, the more you feel comfortable, the better you get. There's other ways you can use experience. Practice in front of a mirror. Say you have to give a speech tomorrow or next week. Practice in front of a mirror. See how you look while you're giving a speech. Rehearse in front of family and friends. Now, the good thing about that is, well, first of all, you have an audience. You have family and friends. Second of all, most, if not all, family and friends will tell you how they really feel about your speech. So when you give a speech in front of your family and friends, you get constructive criticism. Hopefully, depending on what kind of family and friends you have. Next, right here, deliver a speech before your Toastmasters club. Now, for those of you who have jobs where you have to give a presentation, Toastmasters is the place to do it, to get that experience. Your job, your church, community organization, what have you. Toastmasters give you the opportunity to practice your speaking skills so you get that experience, and that at the end your evaluator will give you some constructive criticism to let you know what you did well and how you can improve. The good thing about Toastmasters is you're not being judged. You're not being put down, you're being evaluated. Whatever constructive criticism you get, you take that, apply it to your speech to make you a better speaker. So experience is an excellent way to get over that anxiety. Next slide. One before that. The last one. Give presentation before other groups anywhere you can. For example, when I used to work at MedLife Insurance Company, I volunteered to be a team leader for a focus group. In our focus group, our job was to gather information from our fellow employees to see how our employees could be appreciated more, and how can we improve the relationship between employees and managers. I got the information, gave the speech at an all-employee meeting, and people were impressed when I gave that speech, because I usually did not talk at work. I usually kept to myself. But the experience I got in Toastmasters gave me the confidence to give a speech in front of a large group at work, which was about 44 people. So Toastmasters does works in helping you get over that fear. Next slide. Another way to manage your anxiety, well, when you have anxiety, it's good to try to manage it. The way to manage anxiety is visualization. Suppose you have to give a speech next week. You're not sure how well you're going to do. You're not sure if you're going to do well or not. Try visualization. Close your eyes and vision yourself
being introduced by the introducer. Vision yourself walking to the stage confidently, shake hands with people that you pass by. Vision yourself at the podium or lectern smiling to the audience. Also vision yourself confidently presenting your speech. In addition to that, you can also visualize people paying attention. Visualize your audience being interested in what you have to say. You get that vision in your mind, you can make it a reality. I think the old saying goes, if you could think it, you can do it. Next.
Oh,
Next in managing anxiety is relaxation. There's different types of relaxations. First, there's the deep breath. Next. There's also something called isometric exercises. One form of isometric exercise is you take a deep breath. And while you take a deep breath, your hands go up to the ceiling. Hold your breath, and when you exhale, touch your toes if you can. That loosens up your muscles. Also, you can try tighten up your muscles, your shoulders for a few seconds. Release it. Leg muscles, all your major muscles, tighten them up, release it. That can help you loosen up your muscles. And deep breathing is one of my favorites because it's like you have all this fear inside of you and you're taking it in and you're blowing it out. It's like you're getting rid of the fear. Like what I like to do when I take a deep breath is imagine that there's fear inside of my body somewhere, and then I breathe in, and when I breathe out, I can see fear leaving. That can help you relax. You know?
oh.
So those breathing techniques. Also,
I go right to that. That's the next slide. Is that not supposed to be?
Okay, that's fine. So breathing techniques work. Now, I will say this. It is possible to get over your fear of public speaking because when I was younger, I dreaded public speaking so much that I would actually not go to class if I had to give a speech. I was just that fearful of it. But I learned no matter what happens, no matter how far I get, if I want to get far in life, I can't keep running. There's a fear I have to stand up to. It's like a bully almost. You get bullied in school, and one day you think to yourself, you know what? If I keep running, I'm going to keep getting bullied. So what I gotta do is stand up. So public speaking is not that much different. It's a fear that could bring you down. You have to stand up to it. So basically, there are ways to control that fear. There's Toastmasters, which is, to me, number one. I may agree. Also, there's public speaking courses at community college, practice giving speeches at your church, community organization, clubs, jobs, what have you. No matter what, there's a way to control the fear. Some people say that you might not get rid of fear totally when you're doing public speaking. There are ways to control it. So, experience, visualization, and relaxation. Remember those three? You control your fear a lot better when you give a speech. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you had a good one.
Oh. Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, it's normal to feel nervous. Some people, they say, that's like a conflict or a debate. Because some people say nervousness is good because it gives you more energy to go out and do what you want to do. It's almost like stress. Like good stress, it motivates you to do what you have to do. Other people feel nervousness would bring you down, and you don't want nervousness at all. My personal thought about that is, I don't want to be nervous at all when I give a speech. I like being confident. But if you are confident, some people won't even notice. You might be shaking inside, but to the audience, you might appear confident. Like I said before, when you gain as much experience as you can, just visualize yourself being successful at public speaking. Use relaxation techniques. You'll do better. Thank you.